Okay, so we are live in the Facebook group. And if you can see us live and hear us live, please let us know that you are tuning in. Say hi. Let us know where you're tuning in from and what time is it over there, wherever you are. So, welcome to the second episode of Spiritual Talk, the art of manifestation. If you're live, leave us a comment, say hi. Okay, I can see someone commenting. Hola. Yes, say hi. So, in this episode 2, we are talking about the art of manifestation. We are going to be sharing with you the keys to creating the life you want. So, if you can hear us loud and clear, you can just let us know hashtag clear or loud and clear so we know that you are able to hear us. Okay, so in the meantime, before we jump in right into the new topic, I can see Robert live. Hello. Before we jump into the new topic, we want to do some recap in the last episode. So in the previous episode, we actually talk about energetic protection. Did you guys manage to catch the first episode? So I hope you are able to do so. And if you catch the first episode, you have known that, we talk about quite a bit on energetic protection. So just to give you a recap, why this topic was initially uh, talk about is because, okay, before we talk about that, I want to introduce my co-host for today, Chrismat and Sean. Say hi.
Hello.
Do you guys like this new format and environment?
It's quite amazing actually. I can stream this on my own profile even.
Yes. Yes. You can do that?
Yeah, I'm live on my profile actually.
Wow, okay. Am I a genius?
Yes, you are genius.
Okay. Yes, so today, let's do some recap on the first episode of energetic protection. So those who are with us live now, share with us what is one of your, takeaways and let us know what have you experienced or tried after hearing from us in the first episode. Okay. So for some of you, we may not be able to see your profile live on Restream. You might need to give access, and some of you is able to do so. So if for those who want to give access for us to be able to see your comments, you have to go into this link. 1 second, let me post it somewhere. Okay. So for those who are on Facebook, if you have your you are able to comment, we can see on the Facebook, but maybe we are not able to see on the Restream chat. So do give us some access. So in the meantime, maybe you guys can share with us what is some of your experience. I do have some experience from the energetic protection after learning from the first episode. Chrismat, I think we cannot hear you. Is your audio connected? You can't hear you. John, can you speak? Just to make sure.
Yes, I think she
Okay.
might have to click the M, press M, or click on the unmute button
Yeah, is
for.
there is a microphone? Then maybe you go to settings and take a look at the audio and connect to the right audio.
Okay,
Awesome.
can you all hear me now?
Yes,
Yes, loud and
yes.
clear.
All right.
Okay. Yes, I'm actually asking to replenish your energy and how does it feels. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my phone. Can't really adjust it. Sorry.
Okay. Maybe I can share my own experience about replenishing energy for a start. Yeah, so what happened for me was after I refresh, and learn more from the episode 1 about energetic protection, I
Mm-hmm.
am able to visualize it better because you mentioned that, we are from our mind's eye, we see the water is pouring down from the universe into us. And
Mm-hmm.
that actually helped me gauge my level of how full I am in my light, in my energetic body. And since then, I feel very secure. I feel very protected, and I could always see this ball of energy just around me. So even though I feel fear, but at times, when I'm either traveling alone or I thought that there might be something amiss, things like that. But I'm always very very quickly getting back to stabilizing myself and feeling like just fine.
How about what is your experience on it?
Sorry, Chrisma, could you repeat yourself? I missed your.
The others, like how how is their have they tried?
Yes. So, how about the others? Those who are joining us live, or even those who watching the replay. Let us know what is your experience after watching the first episode of Energetic Protection, and maybe you have tried what was being shared during the first episode, and how was your experience? Type in the chat. I can see like there are 7 people watching the live right now. So go ahead, you know, I want us to be able to share openly and freely. There is no right or wrong answer, no like best kind of experience or any experience that is um, less off compared to others. You know, we just want to know how was your experience after watching us live and sharing the tools that we use to help us protect our energy.
Is
So
there
while
anyone who wants to clarify or any doubts that you all have? Might not be just but anything that you all need to clarify.
Mhm. Yes. So it might not be anything related to energetic protection, but something that you wish to clarify or any experience that you can think of over the past week, what has happened. And there is this thing that is like you have questions or doubts or you want to be clarifying about this particular incident that happened in the past week. Feel free to share them in the comments below as well. Okay, I saw Wesker saying still working on it. What are you working on? I do know that you have some updates for us. Maybe you want to be sharing a little bit more if you are comfortable with that. Okay, so this is actually someone commenting within the group, um, Facebook group. I was trying to meditate on creating a spiritual house, and I kept seeing the house I live with my parents. So this was what Wesker is experiencing in the past week.
Let's- The house that you used to work, is it a place of comfort and security for you? Wesker, can you reply?
Yes,
There has to
Wesker.
be something related to confront. Actually, not really when you are sacred space in the spirit. That space that usually comes to you is a space of instead of something that you have to confront. It's quite a
Yeah. So Christmas, what happened is there are some cutoffs in when you're
mm,
speaking.
okay. I'm also not too sure about. Let me try to because we are first time using this. Maybe like out of my connection. Give me a just.
Yeah, Elaine, maybe you can give us some time. Christmas is actually trying to adjust her audio. Connection might not
Yeah,
be so good on her
sorry.
end.
Just give me a. Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Things that when we need a space, meditate on a spiritual house, that's what we are comfortable in, and that's security. It might be some bad events that
I just one
happen
about
that
energetic protection.
in that
It might be
location.
some bad events that I just one about.
There's any bad event that happens in that location, it doesn't mean that we are not comfortable in that place. Spiritual house is if that house, then that means that space um, and brings us security. Want to find out like why is some security on it.
Wesker, do you get that? So, Christmas, could you repeat again about the part about security?
Usually the space that spiritual house is a space that give and secure. Actually brings new security the events that has happened in that location.
So, what you're saying is usually in is it the physical house or the spiritual house that brings on security?
The spiritual house we are familiar with.
Mm-hmm. So for Wesker's case, if he is trying to create a spiritual house and he kept seeing the house that he lived with his parents, does that mean that the house he lived with his parents actually brings him security?
Yeah.
Okay. So what he's saying is afterwards he say physically yes, but then mentally and emotionally not so. Hi Chris, I can see you commenting. Thank you for joining us live.
Sorry, Andrew, it was your question.
Yeah, my question. So um talking about security, Wesker mentioned that
Mm.
he is feeling secure physically, however, mentally and emotionally not so.
Emotionally, not so. I would say is because I attach some emotions to that events. But no matter what, you are comfy in that physical. When that happens in a stable place, it will still be a place of comfort and security. It's because you attach your emotions to it.
Okay,
So
I
that
see now.
there is actually some that place maybe you might not feel comfortable or secure. But no matter what, or attached to that place, when things happens like this is because of the emotions as well, whether good or bad, you actually have to detach from the events, which means there are things for you to work on. If you all have heard a lot of people keep saying, you got to forgive and forget, right? It's impossible that you will forget the event has already happened and it's in your memory. You can't really the memory. You can't erase your memory. We, there's nothing like what mm, still stories that happens, right? Like you can just go on and the one will just zap your memory away. No, we can't. So it's actually the emotions that attach to the event. You are able to forget that emotions that attach to the event. It also detach. You will also forget and you will detach the emotion of comfort.
Could you repeat the last part again about the emotions and how it relates to comfort?
Okay, when the emotion for that events that happens in that location, when that happens, you detach the emotions from the events, eventually is from that location. So whatever that the location base of it, the base is usually comfort and secure. So you have to put the that when West Coast wants to look for a place of secure, this thing keeps coming. It's because this space is actually his physical and comfort. However, there are events that happen in this space that it is not comfort, it is not secure. Okay, but the basic of it is comfort and secure is because you have not detached all from the events, so it makes you feel that actually no, actually that is not my comfort place. That is not my secure space. Are able to detach the emotions from that space, you'll find comfort and secure. And that is what the spiritual is telling for Western in particular, is that you have to learn how to forget the emotions. We can't forget the events. No matter what becomes in future, if you have dementia, maybe the events will be good. We would not know which one will it be. But at the current moment, if you forget anything, it will be just the emotions that is attached to the events.
Mm. Okay. So,
Mm.
Wesker, I can give you a summary, and Christmas, if I'm hearing what you're saying correctly, is when Wesker is trying to create a secure place in the spiritual side, a place where he
Mm.
can go to actually grow spiritually. What happens is his memory of a place that's secure is actually physically in his house, in his parents' place, right? So
Mm.
in this place, actually there is an emotion that is tied to this location. And this
Yes.
emotion may not be feeling so good. It may be something that um is not so pleasant. That is why he starts to feel that, I don't feel secure in this place. But actually it is about the emotion. And if he is
Yes.
able to detach the emotion, and when you talk about detaching the emotion, are you saying to forgive, or to how do you go about detaching the
Actually,
emotion?
once you forgive, is that I can forgive, but I can't forget. In when the actual when you actually forgot about that emotions. Okay, that's a real forgiveness. You cannot say that people that I forgive you, but I'm still angry about what is happening. No. So only comes when you tell a person I forgive you, and it happens during that event. I totally don't remember it. Why am I angry about that?
Okay,
It's like it becomes emotions.
I see. So if we totally are able to forgive and forget the emotion
Mm.
itself, when we rethink back to the event, it is nothing that is weighing us down. It might be something that we are grateful for that it happened, or
I would not
it
say
might
it's
be just neutral.
grateful, but you just be neutral. It's like
Mm,
you think about that events. The event will still replay in your mind, still can replay in your brain. Okay, but however, okay, you just ask yourself, actually, what am I angry about? Totally forgotten. So that is to forget that event.
okay. So
Mm.
one thing that maybe Wesker could work on today to actually progress from up to a point where he's able to forget the emotion, is there anything that you would encourage him to do so?
You will have to really think about that events and what brings about that emotions to that events. Like everyone of us, the trigger point. For me, more of like if I felt that I'm being unfairly treated, my mm, my anger or my displeasure, right? then we'll start to display like angry, uh, start to reasoning, start to get. So you must know what is the trigger things that is the fire starter of that emotion. Mm. It's sometimes difficult to face it because we don't really, it's just human that we don't really see our egoistic side. But to get the emotions, we have to
You have to, sorry, the last part.
work with our egoistic side.
Work with our egoistic side.
Our ego, we don't really uh, mm, be able to let go of the emotions.
Okay, okay.
For example,
So,
if fairly, we we will keep telling ourselves that I have the right to be angry. I have the right for myself. I have the right for this. I have the right for that. All these are egos, right? So, in order for us to forget anger, we need to tell our ego is what are these things?
we need to tell
What
our ego
right does he have or she has to be angry?
what right do I have to be angry about this?
Yes.
Mm.
So we have not easy to work on, but we'll get there.
Yeah. I mean, I have the experience dealing with my ego. Yes, it's not easy to work on, but definitely is something worth to work on. So, Wesker, let us know if we have answered your question completely. Do you feel like this is something that there is something for you to work on to progress from here? I'm glad you shared with us your experience and yes, so if you have any other questions, put them in the chat. Now, another person shared with us. So we are going to look at some of the comments here. I think Robert was sharing some incident with us. His father had a light heart attack this Monday and
Mm-hmm.
been to hospital. He seems okay. So something that Robert is experiencing now is he's not sure what to do in life at this point in time. I guess the universe is telling me something. My reaction so far is what does that mean? Robert? So far is three dots. And then you continue saying the bright thing this week is that I and my dad is walking in nature more. Saw a wild boar by the beach. Wild boar. Okay. Maybe do you have some insights that you can share with Robert at this point in time?
Mm. Is there a way for me to look at the chat complete parts and parcels?
Okay. I bring up the first part that he was sharing. This is from Robert. Are you able to see from the main screen?
Yep, yep. or just anything? Because it seems like 3 times this week and attack and the hospital discharged him. This is something that I don't understand. We can have the next chat.
Okay. The later on, you mean from Robert?
So can I assume that actually two messages are like he says so far is dot 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 then right that I
Oh,
am.
yeah. He later add on. So the dot dot dot. Robert was trying to say his reaction so far is to increase his liquor cabinet. Personally, I do have such coping mechanisms back then. Even myself, I was someone who frequently visited uh, clubs and bars. Every weekend,
Mm-hmm.
I would be drinking with my friends
Mm-hmm.
to gain companion, to just
Mm-hmm.
let go, to relax after a week. But for a long time, I would say like maybe about 5, 6 years, I realized that this is a cycle that I keep going to for release, to de-stress, but my problems actually never gone away. So I'm glad, Robert, you actually shared about your experience. I could relate to what I was doing back then in 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 increasing my liquor cabinet. I used to buy a lot of liquors. So that was something that I've been through myself as well.
This to increase my liquor cabinet. So is that a collection or actually you drink it for yourself? What happens to the father is actually a warning of health issue. Going in of emergency department and they discharge the dad and discharge the dad without any real reason found, real diagnosis found, then there's a high chance that the universe is telling you that hey, there's something that you need to watch out for your health because there's not much of an actual diagnosis being given. Okay, and walking in the nature is actually helping us charge our negativity or any energy that don't serve. That's why people who don't know about energy, but they will go to replenish their energy. Somehow like the wind is so good, the air here is so fresh. I felt so real in all this air. So there's a way that our body actually pulls us to recharge. And seeing wild boar at the beach, I know is that wild boar don't really go to the beach, right? They are usually in grass, right?
Yes, they are not so open. They
Yeah,
usually are around the forest area, the trees.
the trees, and so that they can hide and also get shades and everything. So if you think that is something fun and new, this is actually telling you that there's something in you that actually is to do something new and fun, but yet because of lack of confidence in yourself that you don't want to take the first step.
Okay. So Robert, maybe I can help summarize what has been shared. So since you have shared with us your experience, and Christmas actually saw that first your dad has some health warnings. There is something that he needs to be watching. So do take note about your dad's health condition, his
Not only the
habits,
dad,
or
not only
not
the
only
dad,
the dad, Robert as well.
not only the dad, he himself also.
Okay, Robert. So instead of increasing your alcohol cabinet or liquor cabinet, if it's for collection, that is okay. That is fine. But if the health scare might be something related to your alcohol intake, it is something for you to reconsider about. Okay. So that is the first thing. Second thing is taking a walk in nature is where um, a lot of us will be able to discharge our negative energy through the help of the nature, the trees, the plants that is around. So that is a good activity that you can continue to build. Okay. And the third thing about the wild boar. So what Chris Smart is saying is when you are seeing a wild boar, if you are feeling that, it's something that is fun, it's something that is new, fun, and interesting. Yeah, it may mean that you are you want to be trying something fun and new, but you might not have the confidence to actually pursue that. Okay, so if you are resonating with this message from Chris Matt, you can actually put in the chat below. Let us know what you think about it. All right. So we have spent quite a bit of time. I thought we would do some like 15 minutes recap, but actually, the audience we have today is very open about their experiences in the past week, though it's not related to energetic protection, but there is some relation there. And I'm glad that you guys share your experience with us. And feel free to comment below anything that comes to your mind or anything that you're resonating with, and then we can bring them up for discussion as and when we go in this session itself. Okay. So let us go into the main topic of today, the art of manifestation, keys to creating the life you want. So this topic was actually brought up um, for this episode 2 by Chris Matt. Maybe you can share with us your why do you want to be bringing this up for discussion? Because I think that this is something
Okay,
interesting, and
continue, Andrew.
yeah, this is something very interesting because it's something that I've been trying to learn about since 2018.
Okay, this is actually innovations from the energy protection. Okay, every of us knows that we need to have the correct in order to manifest something that we need or we want. I'm not sure is this being brought to the awareness for everyone. This about do you know about this, Sandra and Sean?
Could you
That you
repeat
need to have
your
the
question again?
energy. You need to know which is the core energy that you need to possess in order for you to manifest or you want.
We need to know what is the correct energy to possess in order to manifest what we want.
Yes, there are different types of energy.
Okay. On this note, I think I might have some idea, but I don't think I have like the clarity of it.
Okay, so on that, since you said that you have some idea.
So what I would think to possess the correct energy, it would probably mean that we need to have the correct intention that
Mm-hmm.
is supporting the intention, the process to creating the result.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That is like a little bit of idea that I have about having the correct energy.
Okay, say right. So don't you find it very weird in a way that if that nation, then why is it that sometimes it manifests? Do you have this doubt?
Why do we like why sometimes things manifest according to what we want, why sometimes things doesn't manifest
Yes.
according to what we want? I don't know. Maybe Sean, you have some idea?
I think Sean's mic is mute. Is it?
It says the host is muted my mic.
I'm sorry about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it says the host has muted my mic. So can I be heard now?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I think it all starts with intention.
Mm-hmm.
So, as for why sometimes it manifests and why it doesn't, I don't know. Is it luck?
No, it has nothing. Luck is also a type of energy, though.
Interesting.
Mm. Okay, the thing about it is that why sometimes it don't is because it's the type of energy that we possess for that manifestation might not be correct. For example, it's about prosperity, right? A very simple thing. Okay, but prosperity actually comes in a type of energy. Some are prosperity for finance. Even for finance, there are also different type of energy that you need to possess. Okay, for you to possess, like if you are in debt, to clear your debt, there is one energy that is different from you are able, but then you don't want to keep stressing about money. These two types of energies are different. And you have the same intention is to be prosper. Okay, the universe, even though it is unlimited, it is very specific. So you need to kind of energy in order to pull down whatever that you need for
Okay.
that specific needs.
Can I check with you again? When you talk about the energy, you were saying that one intention was to clear my debt. The other one,
Is to go you are able to go through life, by life, but however you don't want to stress about your finances. There are
mm,
people who are able to go through life, but every like pay at month end, but beginning of the month you're thinking, how should I spend my money from the beginning? Or do I have enough money to go month again? You know, That is different type of energy. For people who are able to go through, for people who are in debt, they might have a desperate energy. Okay, to change your energy to, it's still okay, even if it's able to provide me. Okay, then that is an energy that is depending on the universe, that from the universe. Okay, the one that is going by through life, or rather in life, okay, without any access. That means what you are needed for the basic needs for life. That means no leisure, no, no luxury for yourself, but extra. Like you don't need to worry about finances. Okay, you need to tell the universe is that you need to give out an energy that is telling the universe that I have this, but it would be great if I have slightly more so that I know it. Okay, this is more of like a gratitude universe. Okay, but however, also still depend on you for something. Still depend on them for a support. You get what I mean? Do you see a difference in the energy here?
Mm. So what are I can see that there are two different energy. So even though in two different scenarios, you say that one is going through
Mm.
life without worrying about finances, you actually depend on the universe in the being able to be provided for.
No, without worry about their finances is actually giving gratitude and also feeling the support that the universe is going, or the universe had given you. Okay,
Okay.
but
So the
the one
key
in
over here is
that,
giving gratitude
giving gratitude and feeling the support.
and feeling the support.
Yes, the one to clear debts is that you depend on the support from the universe.
Okay. So are these on the debt side, one is depending on the support, the other one would be desperate about clearing the debt.
Yes, desperate about clearing the debt, but the thing depending on the desperateness is actually believes that you can depend, or on the support that you can depend on the, is two totally different things.
Mm.
Any application in at this point, we are just
Okay,
starting
so
on
I
how to in
see
the
some
manifestation.
yes, I see some comments on manifestation. Um so one of them mentioned about why sometimes, the previous question was asked why sometimes we are able to manifest what we want, why sometimes we are not able to manifest what we want.
Mm.
And this
This
comment
has
was
been
from Robert.
answered because we don't possess the correct energy to bring the manifestation. Why I said pull down a manifestation is because manifestation is not suddenly appear. Is that we have up here, okay, is a link base and the universe. So it is up here. So we actually put it down to the physical, from spiritual down to physical. That's why I said
Could you repeat again? What is up? What is up here?
here
Yes.
is our what we want, what anything.
The things that we want, the idea, the thoughts that what we want is up here.
Yes, yes. For example, a very simple one would be like, okay, I have this ear here, Samsung Galaxy earbud here. Okay, physical. It will be right here, floating around. Is because we have thought about it, right? Right?
Yes, it's in our thoughts.
We want this. That's why it's floating around here. When it manifests, this comes into our hand and become the physical item. I keep saying means that we pull down our manifestation. Is this understood by all of you?
So I think what Chrisma is trying to explain is how exactly manifestation
Can't hear
works.
you. Your mic
Testing.
very soft.
Testing, testing. Can you guys hear me?
Very
Can
soft.
Sean?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So what Chrisma is
Okay.
actually trying to explain is how manifestation works. Initially, we would have thoughts about what we want, and they're all up here. Having the right energy will be able to pull them down into the physical world.
Yes. Okay. Is this clear to everyone?
Is this clear to everyone? In the meantime, I want to share another comment from Wesker. Previously, when we talk about why we can manifest what we want, why we can't, he's saying, I guess we should be on the way of being the equivalent in worthiness of what we want to manifest.
The case, there's a lot of things that we are not worthy to manifest. Right?
Could you maybe explain a bit more when, because, okay, so let's say now Wesker has this idea that manifestation is about whether we, sometimes we are able to manifest and not able to manifest. And his idea is um we should be or in on the way of being the equivalent in worthiness of what we want to manifest. And what you're trying to say is many times we wouldn't think that we are worthy of what we want to manifest. And why is that so?
To be fair, actually, there's a lot of noisy background sound.
Yeah, Sean has a strong microphone. That's why I was muting him earlier.
Okay. Mm. Okay. If mm, to be fair, we are only worthy of anything manifestation is when we put in our effort to work for it. Right? But a lot of times, a lot of times really put in the effort in getting what we want. So if you're comparing worthiness to what we really want to manifest, it's actually more of the effort that we put in. Effort that we put in the eyes of people, or in the eyes of the world, we didn't put in that much effort as it is. So how can worthiness of what we want to manifest?
Okay. So what you're trying to say is when we think about worthiness, are we matching our efforts to what we truly want to manifest or to create the
Yes,
worth that is going to bring the manifestation into the physical world?
yes.
Yes. So I hope this answer your question, Wesker. When you're trying to say we should be or on the way of being the equivalent in worthiness of what we want to manifest, this can be created through our efforts in bringing the manifestation into the physical world. So I want to touch a bit on the energy.
Mm.
Yes, having the right energy. So even when we try to put in effort, is there a way where we could fail in bringing the manifestation into the physical world?
If you do not know the type of energy, then yes. Mm. Because it's our understanding of energy that is able to allow whatever that we want.
If we do not know the type of energy,
Mm. For example, you want to clear your debts. Okay, I always use easier to understand. Okay, when you want to clear your debts, keep telling the universe, oh, thank you that I'm in debts. I'm just asking you to help me to clear this. This is a gratitude energy with but dependent support energy.
could you repeat again? This is the gratitude energy with.
Yes, with certainty, dependent energy.
Okay, yeah, you have to say it faster in one line again. Cause trying to.
Because I scared you go the voice go in and out.
Yeah, so what I'm suspecting is when you pause, right, the mic like goes undetectable, and then when you speak again, it takes some like a lag time to capture your voice again.
Okay,
So yeah, you try to say the full sentence one more time.
the full sentence is wait. I totally. Okay, it's a gratitude yet uncertain dependent support energy. Uncertain depending support energy. Okay.
It is a
When
it's a
you
okay. Sorry.
what do you want to ask?
It is a gratitude energy with uncertain, depending support from the universe.
Yes, you are uncertain depending on the support from the universe. That this might happen, right? Okay, but what if you put a in the universe? Like for example, you just tell the universe, need to clear these steps and you will help me. Which one? Energy. Rather than I thank you, but I'm depending on you to help me to clear off.
So it's gratitude, but uncertain, but you depend on the universe. So these three things.
There's no but between. Depending support, which means you are depending on this support, a lot of uncertainty from this support.
And we are okay with the uncertainty.
That's how we put out the energy.
So there is no but. It is uncertain and
There's
it
no
is
but.
okay.
It depends on what is the energy that you give out. Is it
Okay.
okay to have an uncertainty in anything? I'm not okay with that. That's why I will tell the universe, clear it.
Okay. So what you're saying is be more specific
Yes.
with the intention. Thank you,
No.
universe, for helping me clear my debt, and I trust that you will be able to clear it for me.
Can it can be done like that?
Okay. So another, what is not going to work, which is what you are telling us just now, is I think that the universe will be able to help me, but I'm not sure whether the universe will or will not help me. So when we are giving out this uncertainty, the manifestation will not happen.
Will not happen. But yes, energy is in a lot of anime or to do with energy show is that you see people doing up in front of them, and then they'll just push it out in order to attack people. You'll watch a show like this, right, on regards to energy, right? It's because, can you imagine if your board up or the board is not fully charged? Because there's so it not the energy will not be concentrated. When the energy cannot be concentrated, it not will not pull down money.
Okay. And this has to do with the focus in building this energy.
I will not say it's a focus. It's that you must really understand energy in order to able to concentrate something. You cannot keep changing the type of energy. Station will not be pulled down.
Okay. So being certain with the energy, setting the right intention, and being certain with that intention will create the stability in the energy. Am I right to say that?
Mm, setting the intention, stability and energy. Yes, I can say that.
Yes. So I hope you guys who are joining us live, you can understand what is actually happening when we talk about um, manifesting our thoughts into the physical world. So if we are able to give gratitude to the universe in what we want to be creating and being certain about it happening without any doubts, and then if we are able to hold this energy for some time, we'll actually be able to bring our thoughts into manifestation. So any questions up to this point about what we have shared?
Yeah, I think Wesker has a question. He says, does manifesting
Mm.
necessarily equal to retaining after manifesting? So like you can do it once, but doesn't mean you can do it again and again and again.
Mm. So using Wesker's and questions, which means, does it mean that once you clear your debt, you have to go back into a debt again?
Of course not. Once we clear our debt, we want to be continuing building wealth in the positive direction.
Yeah, so the manifestation will be another thing. Your manifest. What is the thing that you want to be manifesting on?
I think Wesker does not have a debt problem because I think because he's in sales. He's very dedicated to his sales career. So he's saying after we get a good sales position, so we manifested a good sales position, but what happens afterwards? Like, can we keep it? Can we stay in the team? Can we perform? I think that's more of his concern.
Believe in staying in something. It's because nothing is stagnant. Nothing on this earth is stagnant. It's either you regress or you progress. Station, you can't stay in that manifestation. You will digress. Does that answer your questions, Wesker?
So if I'm hearing you right, Chrismat, what happens is when we, as a salesperson, we want to get into a team. And once we are
Mm-hmm.
able to get into a team, there needs to be a progression. What is the next thing that we want? We can't be just getting into a team and stopping our thoughts or our goals, our milestone at that level. We need to be
Mm.
clearly knowing what is the next thing we want. Now that we are in a team, what do we want to achieve from here on? Is that right?
Yes. Mm. Something that you don't retain the energy. Once manifestation or manifestation was done, that has been used up. Right? Your energy from a skill from 0 to 11, 0 to 100. It's just to manifest a house out. Right? That means it comes to the physical, and the energy for that manifestation it's not there anymore. Energy don't retain. The energy don't stay. House improvement, you can tell the universe that, okay, maybe to upgrade my fridge to the industrial fridge. That's another, right? If you just have this house from now and then 10 years later, it's still the same without anything changes, that is not really manifestation. I would say that houses staying inside, it will not remain unchanged for a good 10 years. Okay, we will start to manifest a lot of finances to buy stuff. That's why our house can be cluttered at times. That's how you continue to manifest. Once you're in a team, you manifested your, you say that, oh, I want to retain this energy and stay in this. High chance, just 5 years down the road, your team member actually will overtake you. And eventually you'll be kicked out from this. Okay, that is what it means, but if you want to retain a manifestation. Manifestation and retaining is for progression. So once you get into the team, what is your next goal to become a team leader or become the top salesperson? I will remain in the team, and that's my manifestation. Sorry, that is not. That's not a manifestation. That can be easily done with minimum input of your energy, of your effort rather energy. It's not something that you can it's not something for retaining.
So for Wesker, I hope this answer your question. Manifestation, if you're talking about finding the right team and getting into the right team, you have to know once you are able to manifest into getting into the right team, the team that you want, you need to be clear about what is your next step, your next goal, your next milestone, so that there is progression. But if you get into the team and it seems like, or it feels like a destination that you have gotten there already, then what may happen is in time to come, maybe in 5 years or maybe even shorter, because we are in sales, you may be overtaken by another team member or even be kicked out of the team if you're not clear about what is your next progression.
I think for Wesker, he has no problems getting into teams that offer appointment setting positions. I think now he's quite seasoned in that. He's able to make, I think, a pretty decent living with his appointment setting skills. But for him, his next level has always to be, he wants to do closing in a team and maybe use his appointment setting skills as more of a support. So closing is the next level for him. And then earlier on, Chris Smart, you mentioned that to actually become so-called worthy of the things you want to manifest, you actually have to put in the equivalent amount of effort to, plus the right energy, right? Plus the right energy to manifest that result. So actually, he's been trying for a long time to get his closing skills right. And so I think it's really two things, right? One is the energy that he has to understand, and also the, what is it? Would you say it's the understanding of the closing skills? So is this a combination between the energy and the logical mind? Would you say that?
Yes, yes. You have he has done what does closing means. Not only the skills, but what others. Because sometimes our definition of certain words actually our beliefs of that word, and it actually brought forth a set of, and also the energy, the type of energy. Okay, so you have to really understand on what does okay, that is the why of closing. You need to know what closing is. Only then, when you know your definition of closing, the purpose behind closing, then you understand or the energy that you need to put off, like put out, pull down that manifestation.
Yeah, and I think over here is a huge problem for a lot of salespeople. And I think maybe a lot of it is automatic or not so conscious, where pretty much the only why, the only meaning that sales has for them is so that I can get quick money. And do you feel like that could be a difficult way to build beliefs on energy? Because I feel it's kind of it's not a very strong why, right?
To be fair, quick money, to me, my understanding of quick money or my definition of quick that there's order to get the money in. That's what I meant by quick money. Yeah, in sales, you don't need the effort to bring in the sales. Okay, so you have to draw. My understanding is actually to match the demand to the offer of the seller. Understanding of closing. It doesn't matter whether the money comes in. Okay, working for a company, if you are working for an influencer, this will the money not comes in? Are you doing so or your boss? That's another issue. Okay, but if you choose the thing, the purpose of this sales, right? Talking about sales is because Sean brought up that Wesker is a salesperson. Be more relevant, or rather, in this group, there's quite a few who are, so that's more relevant. If you change your definition or your purpose, you give out a different type of energy. If you're just going for money, the who felt will be, hey, you're just after my money. Okay? Closing, somehow my definition of closing is to match of the buyer to the offer of the seller. What they will feel is that, hey, you already know me. You already know what I want for me. Which one would you get the sales easy? But these two are two different type of energy. So it's actually your definition. Matches that same energy that will pull down the manifest, then it will manifest. Your definition of closing is like what Sean says as a quick money. Does this energy match the manifestation? Why not? So when there's no to the energy of the manifestation and the energy that you're putting in, no matter how, it will not manifest. Okay, why I put in a way that just now I said that worthiness is equivalent to the effort. Okay, does it mean that you're more worthy of that manifestation? And it's something that you don't need to put in a lot of effort, but you pull down the manifestation of the energy that you put in. Energy is something that maybe you put 1 times of the effort, but you got 2 times of the work done. It's called 事半功倍. Don't measure worthiness to the amount of manifestation we can get. Is our definition is the energy that will brings us the manifestation. And how are we able to stay in manifestation, which means not to really what I meant by stay in manifestation, it doesn't mean that we stay in that same energy. No. What our life, no, we keep the times of the manifestation happens. Is that what? Or rather, we keep the birth vision throughout our life. Birthing to manifestation. How we keep that is to emit the kind of energy that will draw down that for that manifestation. Any question?
Towards the last part that you are saying, what you're saying is, in order to, we need to be on the path of having the birth of manifestation throughout our life, and that is done so by keeping the right energy for the manifestation and
The
the
correct type of energy,
correct type of energy.
the manifestation.
Okay.
But in order for us to have the correct type of energy for the actually our definition on our manifestation and the definition.
Could you repeat that? The definition on our manifestation and the definition of
Yes.
what we want to manifest.
For example, I will take Wesker's thoughts on being a closer. Okay, so definition of closer. This the purpose of the manifestation. Okay, the definition on the word closer. That's the purpose on the manifestation. What is the manifestation? Is that he become a closer. So the purpose of the definition of the purpose, the definition of the purpose to the correct energy that you want. Okay, and you must be clear on manifest. Like some people in the sales team is that I want more business, I want more business, I want more business. Is that, or eventually you actually only want to manifest? That's two different things. You want to manifest is one thing, you want to manifest money is another thing. How you want to manifest is what you keep thinking. For example, business, it actually doesn't mean not that. If you only want business, it you're after, which means you can have quantity or the amount of the quantity over amount of cost. For example, you more or low price ticket items, that's business. Okay, but if you're after money, it will be you sell a lot of high ticket items, fewer than the low ticket items. That is the money. Okay, so this is also two different types of energy. So what is it? Okay, but however, you're giving out an energy that is more of like, okay, I want business, and this business to be able to meet the demands and satisfy all the demands of here, and also satisfy the offer. This energy is more like, it's not just business. I want to do good to the seller as well as the buyer. This is a different type of energy. But money. Okay? The money is the result.
Christmas, could
From
you
this
could you
energy.
share the good example again, just for our audience to really capture that in terms of, not just going into business and wanting more business, or as a salesperson you want more sales, but what is the energy that would be able to the
Okay,
correct energy?
if we go in with the correct energy, I just want to meet the demand, satisfy the demand of the buyer, the offer of the seller. Okay, By doing that, buyer will have a feel, or will have, oh, you are actually watching out for me, looking out for me. Really in your interest of heart that you are doing things for my own good. Okay, but by doing that, you actually have business finances coming in. But is that your final? What's your energy? What your energy? Sorry. By giving, sorry. Let me rephrase everything. Okay. Energy of just, I want more business. I want more finances, or rather more sales, to more money. I want more money. I want more. When you put out these two energy to the hey, you just want business from me, you just want my money. So they will actually shun away. Okay, but if you put it that, okay, I want to offer to match my seller's demand and satisfy their demand with the offer that my seller is able to provide. So the buyer and the seller, or rather we go by the seller because the seller is the one that gives. Sorry, the buyer is the one who gives us money. So the buyer will think that interest in heart. So I will go with this offer at my money. You're not looking at my business. You are looking at who I am. Okay? So that is the what of, is the manifestation. Difference between business, money, and satisfying the customers. The satisfying the customers is that you manifest a satisfied. You are not only manifesting money, you are not only manifesting a business, you satisfy a customer. You actually manifest satisfied customer. And when you manifest a satisfied customer, you actually put a start, not a stop. You actually cycle of the energy. Okay, and that will bring forth a bigger cycle. So other people, hey, this salesperson is really good. Why don't you? Your name will be recommended to a lot of people. Bring you more business, more money. So this is the what. It can bring about the result from the manifestation is that it will bring about money. Right? That's the manifestation. Finances. A lot of things on this earth actually manifest. So it's because finances is the easiest to measure. Okay? Manifestation to finances is the most easy evidence that the universe will show you. Okay. And also need a clarification. I know this is a bit deep and a bit confusing.
Yeah, I'm glad you talk about manifesting fulfilled customers because it makes sense because if you want to be manifesting satisfied fulfilled customer that we are meeting their needs and maybe doing even more, we actually need to be putting much more effort.
But sometimes if just alone, you don't really need to put in that much of a like to pull down the manifestation. Okay, for example, manifestation to pull down this pile of gold is actually of fulfilled customers or satisfied customers. Manage if the two poles saying that it is the two same pole or the two same pole. If the poles are correct, okay, are correct, it can easily attract to each other. And not correct, it repel each other. When the repel effort you put in, you can connect them together. Our energy and the manifestation energy, we think that these two ends, the energy is that we have to meet these two ends, right? We actually design and pull down the manifestation, right? So if two ends, the poles are correct, it can easily pull it down. How we are able to always stay in manifestation or stay in continuous manifestation.
Yes, and that ties back to having the correct energy.
Yes,
Wow.
I will not say it's the right, but it's the
Mm. So for Wesker, I hope we answer this question of yours. You know what happened is Christmas actually broke it down into what consists of the right energy, and on that, I hope you are
energy,
sorry.
correct energy.
What is the correct energy?
Mm.
Because with the correct energy, you will be able to bring your manifestation down into the physical world very fast. And that starts with your definition. Let's say, so you're in sales. In your case, it will be the definition of being a closer, and the purpose of closing. That's the why of closing for you. And the result that you want to be manifesting is
The
actually
what
the what, which is becoming the closer you want to be and having fulfilled clients.
Wesker
Yeah.
to give you a headache. Okay, maybe if you in any what I have said today, the only the correct energy that you are giving out. So what is the correct energy?
Yeah. So I think maybe it's not on the content. So what Chrisma is saying is the takeaway over here is to have the correct energy. But I think what they're trying to say is the connection of the mic. And I think we need to be doing a test run and a few trials before we do our next one. Make sure we are able to rectify this microphone problem.
Okay.
Yes, so Wesker has got that. He says, Roger that. Yes, so any of you who wants to be sharing about your experience in manifestation, and those who are watching the replay, you can actually feel free to put them in the comments, because we will be monitoring this thread as we go. And maybe for Sean, would you like be sharing about your experience in manifestation before we wrap this up? Because we are coming to the end of the second hour pretty soon.
Yeah, actually, what would be your definition of manifestation?
My definition of manifestation is what into the physical. That's my way of
The what into the physical?
my
The mind into the
my
physical.
thoughts.
Your thoughts into the physical.
Thoughts. Yeah.
So it's to bring our thoughts into the physical.
Yes.
Anything else that you want to be sharing, Sean?
I think actually everyone is in some way or form bringing their thoughts into the physical. It's just that some of it might be conscious, some of it might be not conscious, some of it might be accidental. So, would you say that therefore it is important to be very clear of maybe what we have been manifesting?
If you are unconscious about you will not know that that is a manifestation. Manifestation is not just bringing out, it's more of like these thoughts accidental. Mm. Yeah, it's impossible to be accidental, and it is unconscious. For example, a sales team, you manifest that you went into a sales team or you are a sales team. Do you mean that this manifestation is accidental? You are surprised by this manifestation that you're going to a sales team. That is a present. I feel. Because it will only be manifest is only when you first set the intention. And when that intention comes to pass, that's when it is manifest. So there's no accidental manifestation, there's no substation or unconscious manifestation. No.
And in another words means if what we want doesn't come, or like there is no unconscious manifestation, because that would be like through accidental, or just nice it happened, but it's not starting from our intention. Manifestation only happens when we have the intention to start it.
Whether that thing that you want to have, if you don't have any intention of having that thing,
Does that
right?
answer your question, Sean?
Even if you just want a earbud like this, okay, you first have to thought intention that, hey, how I wish I can have a earbud. Whether you buy it yourself, but once this earbud comes to a physical state like this, it's manifested, right? Once it's manifested, I will not say subconscious manifested. I will not say that it is not intention. It's by accident that it manifested. No, it's because firstly, I put the intention on this. So once it comes to me, it says that, hey, so it's something that has manifested. Okay, does that answer you, Sean? Anyone have any, or rather manifestation is the bringing of into the physical with an intent.
Mm. Okay. Manifestation is bringing our thoughts into the physical with an intention. Awesome. Okay, so those who are watching the live with us, and for those who are watching the replay, if you have any questions about manifestation, feel free to drop them in the comments below, and or even reach out to any one of us individually on Facebook. Okay, Chrismat, Sean, and myself, Andrea, we will be able to receive your messages. So if there's anything private that you want to be sharing with us, feel free to do so in our private chat as well.
Or if you have any topics that actually to clear up, or you have some, you need some clarification, feel free to drop us a message also. any one of us, we will be able to assist.
Mm. So it doesn't have to be on the topic of manifestation, doesn't have to be the topic of energetic protection. Just like how we started this live today, earlier on, it's something that doesn't seem to be related to the energetic protection topic, but then it is from your experience and you want to be sharing, like what Wesker and Robert did. Feel free to do that as well. And I would like to open the to the audience to suggest the topic that we are going to be doing in episode 3. Feel free to suggest a topic that you are very interested about, or like you're keen about, or something that piqued your interest recently. What do you want to be understanding more? So feel free to drop them in the chat below as well.
But the question, shadow working. I can't share a shadow working on a public platform. Working is very personal working. Okay. We maybe if there's any chance, we are able to breeze through it. But then, if you really want to have a deep thing, you will have to contact me directly because very personal. The breeze through topic, but so shadow working staff have to be.
Hmm. Okay, so for Robert, I know you're asking this question. If you're interested in shadow work, I think that is a good place to look at. It is probably time for you to face all your fears that you have in you, shadow work. It's probably something that you might be interested to explore and might be the right time for you at this point. I'm not so sure, but we could have a discussion off this live on a personal call. Maybe after this live, I'll drop you a link for a conversation, like a 15 to 20 minutes clarity session, things like that, and to see whether is it time for you to go into shadow work or not. Okay? Yes. So um if any one of you want to be looking at your current situation, like want to have a deep dive or a personal assessment about what is going on in your current life situation, you may have be wondering why things are not working out for you in a certain way. Why are your manifestations not coming into the physical world as what you want it to be? Is there a blind spot in your that you have that you might want to have like a second person to look at your current situation and see? Probably there may be some things that you can be working on at this point to align your energy, to help you put yourself in your correct energy so that you are able to bring your thoughts into the physical world as intended. Okay, so if you are interested in that, feel free to reach out to any one of us, and we will be sending you a link to book a session, a like short 15 to 20 minutes session to assess your current situation and maybe give some recommendations if you need more help in terms of what we have discovered during the call. Okay, so I'm glad that you guys are joining us live. For those who has joined us live, thank you for sharing this time and putting this time out and sharing this space with us and openly sharing your experience as well. And we hope to have this more in the future. And any topics that you're interested about, let us know. We want to be continuing this session in episode 3, as in terms of what you are interested in and something that is relevant that's going to help you in your life right now. We want to be knowing what is it, and we are happy to put it up for discussion. So any last words from my co-hosts Chrismat and Sean before we jump off?
Just a word of advice, or try to make life is not easy, but keep it simple. Okay, life is not easy. However, life is simple. Life is not easy, but life is simple. Yourself too much with complexities. Okay, I'm not sure what you're facing, but then these things comes to me, so it might speak something to you. Keep it simple. Stay away from complexity. Yes, thank you, Andrew.
Mr. Sean, any last words?
Yes, I fully agree. Simplicity is the key. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So that is all from us. This is coming. We are coming to an end to the episode 2 of our spiritual talk, manifestation. Any comments, feedback, or suggestion about our episode 3? Feel free to drop them in the chat below or reach out to us personally. And for those who wants us to be looking into your current situation, being able to give you some clarity, assess where you are right now, and give you some direction on where you want to go, reach out to us as well. And then we'll be sending you the link to schedule a call with us. All right. So that is it. Thank you for joining. Have a great day, great night. See you in the next episode. Bye bye.
Bye bye.